Hey everybody, this is Jim of Animateducated, and today you're going to learn all about a new animated film, a 2D animated film by Tina Naraki, and it's called Syrenka, the Legend of the Warsaw Mermaid. It's a 2D film that she's working on, and you can help support it by going to her Indiegogo campaign, which is happening all through May. So now here's my interview with Tina and all about the Warsaw Mermaid.
So yes, so this is the year that I'm starting on the journey of making my own 2D hand-drawn animated short called Syrenka, Legend of the Warsaw Mermaid.
Apparently she is the twin sister of the Little Mermaid of Copenhagen,
Yes, she
and
is.
she kind of went a different route, I guess, and
Yes.
talk to me.
So this is the traditional Warsaw Mermaid legend. And if anybody who is not Polish doesn't know, Warsaw is the capital of Poland. And they have an emblem, which is kind of the coat of arms of the city, which is the mermaid who carries a shield and a sword. And of course, as with any emblem or any legend, it has that kind of story behind it. And you've done your research well. This is the official story. But what's funny is when I was growing up, I was told a story with a slightly different twist by my mother. And so the version I knew was not the official version. But then I'm basing my story on the Warsaw legend. So my version is completely different. I mean, it has the same elements, for some elements that are similar, but I'm taking the story and changing the message to make it my own. And part of the message is that I want to make it a feminist story. So this kind of has, like, the original story has a bit of a damsel in distress narrative where, the mermaid is captured, the fishermen free her. Whereas I look at this image of the warrior mermaid and I'm like, she's pretty badass. She
Yeah.
has a sword, she has a shield, she's powerful. So I'm changing the story with a bit of a feminist lens, that this is no damsel in distress. And the ending is different than the original as well. So I'm not going to give too much away. This is based on the legend of the Warsaw Mermaid. It is not the legend itself.
And there's no singing in this, right?
There is singing. Oh my
There
God, I'm
is
so glad you
singing.
asked me about that.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So the singing part, I guess, of a lot of mermaids and sirens, their voice is something that's very important, and it's central to the original story. So I did want to have it in my film as well. So the mermaid sings twice, and I already have my singer. Her name is Sylvia Zelek, and she is absolutely incredible. She will be singing an ancient Polish ballad. So just so you know, I want this to be a film that's, easily approachable internationally. So the characters will be speaking English. However, the mermaid sings in Polish. And she will be singing the ballad called Ojcze Rzeko, which is O Ye River. She's a river mermaid, so it made sense to me that she's singing about a river.
So how long do you think this might be? I mean, I don't
It's
know,
a
running time.
7 minute short.
Okay.
But 7 minutes is a long time if you're doing it traditionally, by hand. And so those of you who do not know me, I am a 2D animator. So I draw every single frame of the animation, and I am best known for my work on Cuphead and Cuphead DLC, like we talked about last time. But I am in love with the old school type of animation where you're drawing on paper, you're flipping the pages. And so this short is going to be done that way. It's going to be done traditionally on paper. And then we're going to be using TV Paint for color. And of course, doing some compositing and After Effects and things like this. And I'm hoping to complete it in 2 years.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not bad. I mean, that's pretty realistic. It's not like, I'm doing it in 2 months.
I want the visuals to be super, super high quality. I want the animation to be high quality. And also, because this is an independent project, I'm, looking at various ways of funding the film, but I am assuming that if, somebody doesn't get paid, it's going to be me, in which case I need to still keep my jobs. I work freelance on various video games, so I'll be still working, and then, of course, working on Syrenka part-time.
And speaking of funding, how are you going to fund this film?
Firstly, Canada has a lot of support for the arts. I am Canadian, and I am looking into grants. We've applied to 3 grant applications so far, and we will find out, I think, end of August if we got them or not. Secondly, I am doing some online classes throughout the summer. I'm going to be teaching some more just to try and get some funds that way, which is also going to help out in order to pay for some of the pre-production, get us to production. And then finally, and most importantly, I am doing a crowdfunding campaign where I hope fans of 2D animation, fans of mermaids, and people who are passionate about feminism and women and human rights are going to donate to the campaign. So it's on Indiegogo throughout the month of May for Mermaid. And I hope that everybody who listens to this podcast checks it out and supports us.
Okay, here. All right. I'll just pull out my wallet right now. So, but no, that's great. I mean, you said you had a team of people that you're kind of working with. What can you tell us about them?
So to make a change, I've decided to try and find a woman-centric team. So women and people who are, non-binary or gender non-conforming. And I've, hired some amazing people that I worked with in the past. I've hired friends, I've hired family, but also I scoured the internet for incredibly talented individuals in positions that I didn't have any contacts in. One of which, it turns out, is one of your ex-students, which is so exciting.
And she's working at Disney Television Animation now as a technical director. And
Yes.
yeah, and she's working on your film. So
Yeah, Sarah
yeah,
Fisher.
yeah. So that's great.
She's going to be doing all the compositing for the film, making it look extra pretty. And I have a website, syrenkafilm.com. They're all there. You can check out their portfolios, who they are, and what they bring to the table. What's really exciting is also they're not all Canadian. We have team members who are a little bit all around the world. Our music composer, for example, is Italian and Brazilian, but she's now living in LA. I have a VFX animator who's going to animate the beautiful water and all the beautiful kind of clouds and everything else I need. And she's currently in Ukraine. So we have a very interesting team. My concept artist is in Morocco. So we're a little bit all over the place, but everybody's really excited and they're so good at what they do. So I think the film is going to be chef's kiss. Not to, flatter ourselves, but I think it's going to look good. But I have
Yeah.
a producer called Felicity Moreland, and Felicity has been working on a feature-length documentary film about 2D animation, and it's so exciting. I was her first interview 5 years ago when she started on the project, and she's interviewed, Glenn Keane, James Baxter, so many of, amazing animators in Japan as well. It's a gorgeous film, and it's doing the film circuit this year. So she's just shipping it all over the place. So with her support, we're going to try and get Syrenka everywhere. We're going to try and get it to film festivals. We're going to try and get it in animation schools so that it's shown there. Anywhere we can have it, we're going to try and push it. So absolutely, it's going to do, a circuit of film festivals and so on. And then once that's done, it's going to live happily ever after on the internet somewhere where everybody can enjoy it and watch it.
So you have an Indiegogo campaign that you mentioned. If you want to, yeah, if you want to give us any details of that, I'll post the information on here as well, so people can go and fund it and take a
Yes.
look. So you have some premiums, I'm supposing, some prizes that you can
Yes.
give out for different layers that you donate.
So we're going to have a lot of tiers with a lot of exciting digital rewards. I'm working with some awesome concept artists, among which Animateducated, who made a beautiful concept of the mermaid for me. And the first tier, the lowest of the tiers, is that you get full HD desktop backgrounds of these beautiful concept pieces. So you can enjoy looking at the mermaid forevermore. But then we have the soundtrack that's available. There's going to be original music composed for the film, as well as Sylvia Zellick will have 2 versions of the song Ojcze Rzeko that's available, which is going to be absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to record with her in May. I'm going to Warsaw specifically to be in a studio with her and to record her voice. So that's super exciting. But then we have some physical rewards for those who really want to support the film. Amongst other things, I don't know about you, but I love collecting original animation drawings from the films that I love.
Mhm.
And it's such a thrill to have like a piece of paper that one of your, animation heroes has touched, has flipped, and you put it up on your wall and it makes you want to animate more. So, another reason why the film is on paper is I want people to have that thrill, to own a piece of art that was actually used in the making of it. So you will be able to buy an animation drawing from the test scene that I've done of a mermaid swimming. You will be able to get a beautiful print of a poster that my artist friend Susanna Komza is painting in watercolor. So it's going to be this beautiful watercolor piece. The poster will be on matte paper because watercolor and matte paper go well together. There's going to be art prints of a concept art. There's going to be prints of sketches and a character exploration that I did for the mermaid. And then for those Cuphead connoisseurs out there, there's going to be a few tiers that feature rubber hose characters, and even one exciting tier where you get an original drawing commissioned by me of any rubber hose character you want, including maybe a portrait of yourself in the rubber hose style. So
Oh, okay. I can't wait to see this and find out when is the you said May 1st is when it's
yes,
up, huh?
so we're running
Okay.
all through May for hashtag mermaid because we all draw mermaids in May as it is. So no better time than May to talk about a film about a mermaid. Also, I wanted to mention about the crowdfunding campaign. Obviously, some of the digital rewards will be only when the film is complete, so that's in 2025. But all the kind of physical things like the animation drawings and the 1930s rubber hose stuff, that's all ready to ship. So as soon as the campaign's over, I'm shipping all those rewards out right away. You'll have to wait a little bit longer to see the actual film when it's done and rewards like the music soundtrack. But at least the drawings and all that you will have in your hands very shortly.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that interview with Tina Naraki and hearing about her new film, Syrenka, the Legend of the Warsaw Mermaid. And if you can, please donate to her cause at Indiegogo. It's happening all through May. So every little bit counts, and you're going to really help 2D animation out a lot too. If you love 2D animation, then support it and support Tina's project here. It sounds like a really interesting film, and can't wait to see it. And I want to thank her for contacting me again, and coming on here. And what else? Oh, that thing there. Yeah, if you're interested, you can also subscribe by pushing that little button there. Yeah, or better yet, you can watch more videos here. And here's a few that you can start with. And we'll see you next time on Animated Educate.